All right, so let's see what's going on. The first card is Justice. I have the Hermit, Strength. So 3 major arcana cards in a row. This is a 7 of Cups reversed. I have a Page of Pentacles. This is the Hangman. I have a Queen of Cups. I have a King of Cups. And then I have a 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so very interesting. You do have your element with the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is about solving problems, finding more information. Sometimes it just means getting a message. Sometimes in a career reading, it's a message about getting money. Important information about a career. But in a relationship reading, a Page of Cups is simply just focusing on a particular problem or focusing on a particular situation or event, or just focusing on the relationship and not necessarily being obsessed with the relationship, but just being logical and practical. It's the reality check card in a relationship. And I think it actually goes without saying for you, especially seeing that the Page of Pentacles is here in the middle. And then, of course, you have a 9 of Pentacles. And a 9 of Pentacles is the good life, prosperity, happiness, happy home. And I think that's interesting with this King and Queen of Cups together. Okay. So, yeah, very interesting. And you have 4 major arcana cards. You go from Justice, which is about fairness. Sometimes it can mean an actual legal issue, as some of you have learned so far from the tarot videos. We have the Hermit. We have being alone for a little bit. And then we have Strength, which is about conquering the ego, conquering obstacles, pulling in your ego and your natural tendencies. You know, strength means being disciplined, being patient, pulling in your ego, pulling in what you want now, and looking out for the long term. So when I look at these 3 major arcana cards in a row here, I'm getting a sense of you having to have been patient, you dealing with certain issues in a relationship, and maybe there was a breakup for some of you, and you were, just taking that time alone to make sure you could figure things out. Even here, we still have the Hangman here, and the Hangman is all about finding perspective and seeing things in a different way. And because you're earth signs and you do tend to be practical, you do tend to pull back. You do tend to pull back on your emotions and let your head rule over the heart. That seems pretty much par for the course here with you. And so I get the sense that you're coming into this situation or with this relationship with justice, which means it can also mean letting things take its natural course, not taking matters into your own hands. You're just going to chill, be alone, be patient, but you trust yourself, Capricorn. You don't allow yourself to be taken out the zone very often and get into an emotional frenzy about things you can't control. So when we get here, this Page of Pentacles with the Hangman, getting perspective, solving problems, but we also have a 7 of Cups reversed here. And the Seven of Cups is usually about having to make choices. You've got a lot of options, right? But sometimes it does mean having your head in the clouds. You're unrealistic. Someone's unrealistic. And, you know, you can get sort of caught up and you end up procrastinating. That's another thing. That emotionally, someone can't make a decision about a relationship. Now, when this is in reverse, this is about not being fooled. Okay? This is about not getting pulled in by lies or allowing someone to trick you. And I don't think that's going to happen with you. Especially seeing that we have this Page of Pentacles right here, followed by the Hangman. I think that your immediate instincts, Capricorn, in this relationship are to pull back and just get all the facts and look at things the way they are before you do something really hasty. But as we go into your future, this gets pretty interesting because you have a Queen of Cups and a King of Cups. Emotions here. We have the inner workings. The Queen represents our inner emotions and feelings, and the King is the outward display of emotion or control of emotion, mastery over our feelings, pulling back, being still being intuitive, much like the Queen. But the Queens are passive, the Kings are active here. But it seems like there's a really good emotional balance in this relationship that will happen in the future, or even you getting your emotional balance to where the good times have returned with this Nine of Pentacles. And it seems like your patience will pay off. Okay? And especially with this relationship, that if you had an argument for someone, and that's one example I'm thinking is having an argument with someone and getting so emotionally flustered and upset that you end up, you just end up being an emotional mess, and you make the relationship situation even more complicated. Okay. But it seems as if you were dealing with a situation, a difficult period in your situation, even if you were just starting out alone. It seems as if you just held back and took it one day at a time. And the issues that you were having with your partner, or the arguments, or whatever was going on up here, with the first three cards that you were just waiting out, it seems like those issues are going to be resolved here, especially with that Page of Pentacles. So, Capricorn, it seems like the Oracle is telling you to keep being patient and don't get taken out the zone here. So I'm going to shuffle for that outcome card. And let's see here. You have an Eight of Pentacles. And this means being productive. Working on a project, bringing something to completion. Okay. So it seems like this, if the relationship was off track, it's going to get back on track. And it seems as if there's not going to be much time for emotional drama, that whatever emotional or personal issues were going on in the relationship, it seems like those things are going to be dealt with here, that you're just not having it here. So these pentacles, your energy seems to be coming through in this tarot reading. And the fact that you're ending on pentacles, this Eight of Pentacles, you're being productive, the relationship is going to get back on track for some of you. Or in general, your love life, whether you're still dating or long term, it seems like things are going to get back on track. Okay. So Capricorn, that was your reading. And there's a video on the playlist. I'm promoting this Grand Romany Tarot spread. It's an extensive 1-hour reading that's very thorough. So I'm offering my 1-hour readings. Usually the longest reading I'll do is 45 minutes. And, you know, as always, people say, well, can't you do 60 minutes? So this is a reading for those of you who, like, once a month want to treat yourself and you want an extensive reading for the next month or two. That is what the Grand Romany Tarot reading is for. So look at the video and then go to my website, tarotbyear.com, and you can book an appointment. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your summer. I'll see you on YouTube, and I wish you love and light.